Welcome to Nonprofit Profiles. I'm Genevieve Riatort. For so many of us, pets are a part of the family. We love them, we treat them like they're our children, and we wouldn't know what we would do without them. But for some people, when they become ill or infirm, taking care of a pet can be too much to handle on their own. That's where PAWS LA comes in. We're here with Raimundo Baltazar, who is the Volunteer and Outreach Coordinator at PAWS LA, and welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for having us. And on behalf of our 1,600 plus clients, we're very glad to be here to share not only our mission, but also exactly what we do and how can your audience join us in our mission.
Wonderful. Well, why don't we start by telling us a little bit about PAWS LA. What is the organization? What's your mission? And like you said, what do you do?
Excellent. My title, and as I think we mentioned briefly, that even though we may have a title, anybody that knows about nonprofits, you may have a title, but you do everything possible for the mission.
You have 5 other jobs.
Exactly right. We get a title, we get business cards, but we have a lot of stuff to do. However, what we do is we provide services to the community, county-wide, Los Angeles County, and we provide basic services for individuals dealing with life-threatening illnesses, such as HIV, AIDS, cancer, or also now we include senior citizens that are low income. We cover all of the county, as I mentioned, and now including Santa Monica City as well. We were founded by Nadia Sutan, and that was in 1989. So 23 years later, wow. Here we are, and we provide all the basic needs that anybody that has a therapy or service or just a companion animal, we're able to keep them together. We like to keep pets and people together. And what we do is we provide the basic needs, vaccination, vet care, food, any kind of supply they might need, because ultimately many of our clients are dealing with a lot of challenges. And at the end of the month, when it is time to choose whether they will buy food for themselves or their animals, most of the time they'll choose their animals.
Wow.
PAWS LA comes in to help out and be able to, that burden becomes less of a burden. And we help throughout any possible way also as well. And we have a sister agency, also Chirp LA, that helps individuals for housing. But ultimately, we want to make sure that those little furry animals stay with their owners.
Wow. So when someone becomes infirm or finds out that they are dealing with a devastating illness, they might be concerned that they may not be able to take care of their animal. They're struggling just to take care of themselves.
Exactly right. And for many of our clients, those are their life links. Those are the reasons they wake up. Those are the reasons that they go out to the market. It keeps them busy. It keeps their mind healthy.
Sure, it keeps their mind off their illness.
Exactly. And, you know, when would it be a bad idea to be woken up by a cat licking your forehead at 6 a.m. in the morning, right? Just like one of our clients mentions on the video. But ultimately, these are their life links, and it's very important, just like what our name stands for, Pets Are Wonderful Support Los Angeles. We want to keep our mission going. We want to invite people to support us and help us. And there's many ways that they can do that as well.
So how can people find out how to get involved with PAWS LA?
Excellent. Well, first of all, we will always invite people to join us on our social media pages, Facebook and Twitter. Also, they can find out information not only as to what we do and how they can be engaged through our website, pawsla.org. We have volunteer opportunities that anybody can come and join, including youth volunteers. We're very big on making sure that the next generation understands the importance of that. And our summer event, Pawsapalooza, coming up this summer.
Pawsapalooza.
Pawsapalooza, yes, we went there.
It.
It will be a dog walk and a festival, and it will be happening every summer. So we always welcome people to join us and support in any possible way.
Wow. Well, it sounds like there's a lot of opportunities for people to get involved. And what about people who might need services, who are looking for assistance in staying with their animals?
Exactly right. Anybody that might be interested on the services that we provide, we make it easy for them to become clients. They can apply online. They can come down to our offices and apply in person, or they can contact our client services department to find out more information as to how to qualify, who can qualify, what kind of documents would they need, and exactly what services we can provide for them. If for whatever reason they might not be able to qualify and our client service representative will go into detail, we're able still to at least give them guidance as to what to do. We understand that these animals are important to them, and if they don't qualify, we know exactly how to at least help them and guide them the right way.
Sure. Yeah, I heard you have a pet food bank.
Exactly right. We have a pet food bank, and dogs may walk in and they with their owners, and if they don't qualify, they will at least walk out with a good size of food, kibble, and wet food.
Well, you know, I work also in people food banking.
That's right. That's right.
So I was very interested to hear about the dog food bank.
Exactly right. It's just as important, and for our clients, it is probably one of the most important things in their lives.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for the work that you're doing. I know that it's so important for people to stay with their pets, especially during times of crisis. So PAWS LA is really doing a wonderful service. And I'm very excited. I'm going to tell our audience that we're about to see a video where we'll get to see a little bit of PAWS LA's work in action. And then we'll get to see a few photos before the next segment of, I think, maybe last year's Pawsapalooza event and some other fun events. So please do stay with us.
Somebody had a dream of helping people, and it was a wonderful idea. They understood the need for animals in an individual's life.
When you're alone and you're sick, just having someone there to give you a little love does a lot for you, to help you heal faster and to not make life so lonely.
Hey, slow down!
Right next to the library on 7th Street is the Santa Monica History Museum, where history comes to life for the entire family. Enjoy the exhibits, main gallery, the photo archive, research gallery, and much more. Come visit the Santa Monica History Museum, keeping history alive.
Welcome back to Nonprofit Profiles. I am so excited to be sitting here with Omar Olivares from Client Services at PAWS and Alex Tomei, who is a client with PAWS, and most importantly, Eddie and Benoit, who I suppose are also clients at PAWS.
Yes, they are.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
So Alex, let's start with you. Can you tell us about the kind of services that PAWS provides, and specifically the PAD program that you mentioned to me earlier?
Sure, absolutely. The PAD program is designed for individuals of Los Angeles County and City who are diagnosed with a life terminal illness, such as HIV/AIDS and anything else that is considered a disabling illness that would, fortunately, it's non-curable. And PAD stands for Program for Animal Guardians with a Disabling Illness. And we also have a low-income senior program called PACE, which is preserving animal companionship for the elderly.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Thank you.
And so tell me about your clients and the kind of how your program runs.
Well, program that I run is PAD, and how to apply for this program, you must be either an LA City or county resident disabled with the illnesses that I've described. And basically, it's very easy to apply for the program. You can do it either online, you can do it in person with me or with my other representative, which is Scott Dunleavy, and we can also do anything which is very easy by either fax or whatever the best method is, and we screen documents as far as diagnosis documents, financial income documents, residency documents, and we also help with proof of spay neuter documents for our clients. And one of the key factors for the program is to have the animals spay neutered, because it's according to the law that we have to do it. So what our agency can provide for our clients is financial assistance to get that done, either through the city or we can do that for them.
Oh, that's great, because I know clients who are dealing with those types of illnesses, they need all their resources for handling their own care, I would
Absolutely, imagine. Because all of our clients are within an income bracket. At the end of the month, they barely have enough to afford groceries, their personal medications, and so when it comes to these guys, it's really hard to, fill in the gaps, and that's where PAWS LA comes into play.
Wonderful. Well, Alex, I would love to hear a little bit about your experience and of course, Eddie and Benoit's experience with PAWS LA and how it's affected your life.
Absolutely. They've been indispensable, I can say, with my caring and with my support of my two animals here. I have actually have covered all the bases required for being a client. I am low income, I have AIDS, and I also have cancer. So I've been in the hospital quite a bit, and it's been very stressful to find care for them when I'm not able to care for them. And PAWS LA has done wonderfully in providing people to come and feed them and care for them when I'm not able to. And my medication is crazy, so you know, at the end of the month when I have to figure out, you know, what to spend on what, it's such a relief and a comfort to know that I don't have to spend the, you know, money on food for them, that they're already covered through PAWS LA. So they're like, PAWS LA is like their godfather, basically, you know?
Wow. Well, it's so wonderful that you're able to get support and assistance, because I would imagine that the kind of challenges that you deal with would be probably 10, 20, a million times harder if you didn't have your animals with you.
Absolutely. It's just such a relief, and my life already is you know, stressful enough with what I have to deal with, and it's just one less thing that I have to worry about. And it's also reassuring to know that if I need to, I can count on PAWS LA and on their wonderful staff to understand and to try their best to help me when I need it.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing your story. I know it can sometimes be challenging to talk about the challenges that we face in life, and I just want to say I really appreciate your courage in coming forward.
Thank you so much.
It really means a lot to us.
Thank you.
And so, Omar, can you tell me a little bit specifically about what happens for a PAWS LA client? Do people go to their homes and help them, you know, walk the dogs or scoop the cat litter, feed the animals? I would imagine, you know, some of your clients are probably maybe not as mobile as others.
Yes, we do have a percentage of clients who are homebound due to their diagnosis, and we understand that with that extra challenge, where do you find the time or find the ability to, you know, take these guys out for a walk or, you know, whatever it is that they need. So our volunteer program is set up for these clients when they are in need. So if they are in need of that service, we can send out a volunteer to their home to walk them. We can send out a volunteer to provide transportation for a vet appointment, a grooming appointment.
Wow.
And we also are there in times of need. If our clients are hospitalized, we can find a volunteer to act as a foster family, and they will come and take care of these little guys. And when mom or dad comes home, we go ahead and we make the connection to bring them back.
Oh, that's amazing.
May I also add that I'm not only a client, but I'm a volunteer. So I have personally been able to go to, you know, the houses and feed the cats and clean the cat litter, deliver food, do whatever is necessary. It's my way of kind of giving back to all that PAWS LA has given to me, which is just incredible.
Wow. And how long have you been with PAWS LA, both as a client and as a
Over
volunteer?
15 years, I think. It's been
Wow.
quite a while. Yeah.
Oh, that is. And what's it like? I mean, when you enter someone's home to help them with their animal, what's that experience like?
It's very fulfilling, and I love animals. You know, I've always loved animals all my life, and it feels good to be able to help someone or something in need. And I just find it so gratifying and so uplifting, you know, that I'm able to do a little bit to give back and to help out somebody like me who's in need.
Well, it's just so amazing. I'm really dumbfounded. I wish someone would come to my house and walk my dog and scoop my cat litter.
And not only do we offer those services, each client gets an allowance every single calendar year to use for medical emergencies and routine vet care as far as vaccines, medications. We help out with flea meds, and we also help out with pet food, and all of our clients are welcome to come to our food pantry at our location downtown.
I love it, a pet food pantry.
It's basically a shopping spree of pet food. They can, you know, pick dry food, wet food, treats, snacks, and even extra supplies, such as collars and leashes if they're donated to
Toys.
Carriers. So basically,
oh, great.
whatever.
So people can actually donate those items to you as well.
Absolutely.
any kind of pet items.
Anything, and our doors are always open for any type of donation.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for coming onto the show. Thank you for
My
the
pleasure.
work that you're doing. You know, we all know, we can see right here, that pets really are part of the family, and
Absolutely.
you know, they help us. They help us to heal and feel better and feel good about our lives. So I'm so inspired by the work that you
And
do.
pets are wonderful support, obviously, yes.
They
Yeah,
are.
they can be your best friend, non-judgmental.
Isn't that what we want?
Exactly. Well, thanks again for being with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
And thank you for staying with us. Please stick with us for the last segment. We're going to hear a little bit more about how PAWS LA does their wonderful work.
Even if a signal indicates it's safe to walk, it's never safe unless drivers see you. Last year, 113 pedestrians were injured in Santa Monica. You don't have to go to extremes to get a driver's attention. It just takes a little eye contact. Take the right steps to be safe. Watch the road.
Welcome back to Nonprofit Profiles. We just got to hear from some of the clients, both in the video and in that last segment, that PAWS LA is helping. Now we get to speak to a volunteer, Kathleen Chakeen. Very
Hi.
nice to have you.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So how long have you been volunteering with PAWS LA?
A little bit over a year I've been with them. And in that time, I've run the gamut from working in the food bank to delivering food to older people who can't, are not mobile enough to come in, to the Pride Parade and the gala. I mean, there's one end to,
Right.
to the other end. There's the fancy end, and then there's the, just the hands-on, handing out food to folks.
And what's that like when you visit a client in their home and you bring them pet food?
Well, they're always really grateful. And it's also a little additional companionship for them. I often
Sure.
find when I stop by that I have my little route and I plan to get it done in a certain amount of time. But
You have
they're
to
always,
stay and chat.
yeah, absolutely. They're always glad to see you, and they're always, it's kind of a highlight for them, to have somebody visit and then to have you meet their animal. So it's just nice to have hands-on and interaction
Sure.
with the people that we help.
And how did you find out about PAWS LA?
I'm an actor, and I often find that being an actor, you don't get immediate gratification. There's a lot of auditioning and a lot of marketing, and and even if you do get cast in something, it might be a commercial, and for something you don't use. So there's not a lot of fulfillment there.
Don't tell.
Whoops. So I was looking for an organization to help that would I get more hands-on, immediate gratification and fulfillment from being able to make a difference. So I found them online.
Wow. And do you have pets yourself?
I do.
What are your pets?
I have a big wolfy-looking dog that's part chow and part something else. Something big.
So you were drawn, you know how much your pet means to you, so you thought it
Absolutely,
would be really good.
absolutely, and it's one of my favorite things that when I'm working in the office, that folks come in with their animals, and then all work stops. We have to visit.
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it's been here in the studio with
Yeah.
Eddie and Benoit. We all were
Absolutely, they
really
steal focus.
Exactly.
I'm just
Nobody
glad
can get
they're
any
not-
work done.
I'm glad they're not here now.
So tell me a little bit if you've been able to observe how people who are suffering from illnesses, how they really benefit from being with their animals. Is there something beyond just the companionship, do you think?
I think it lifts them. I think it also encourages them, especially for people that are often depression comes with being older and lonely, or having a debilitating illness. So I think it also, they have responsibility for something else in their life. So with that sense of responsibility, and they have to care for them, I think it moves them past being immobile, sometimes emotionally.
So it's like they have a reason to continue to try to get better.
Because someone depends on them. So it's not just all about them and, being a victim of illness. It's, they have to take responsibility for someone else. I think it's empowering.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the fun stuff. Raimundo mentioned PAWS-a-Palooza.
PAWS-a-Palooza.
That sounds like fun.
It is, and we're surrounded by people who are just in love with PAWS, their clients, and also when I'm in the office and they're talking to their clients, they're like pals. And we recently had a gala that was a
So were there
thrill.
animals at the gala?
There weren't animals at the gala.
Okay.
I think only because there was food, and I think it's illegal.
Oh, probably
But
so.
otherwise, I'm sure everyone would have brought their animals. But there were animals, of course, at the Pride Parade, where we walked with the float, and that was a lot of fun. It was also really, really exhausting, because it's, I don't know, I think it's only 15 minutes, but we're dancing and laughing, and dogs and cats and,
Wow, that must be interesting. Cats out on leashes?
No, like they'll be in carriers
Oh, okay.
or held on to, but
Yeah, I was trying to imagine my cat on a leash, and that would definitely not fly.
no, I don't know any that do well, though I've heard. It's like a myth.
So it sounds like there are opportunities for people to get involved with PAWS LA throughout the year and in a number of different ways.
Absolutely, at all levels. I mean, if you're not interested in dancing around in the parade in front of the float, then, if you want to work in the food bank, or I just go in some days and do filing for them, or work with client files and make sure that the files that come in are serving the categories that they need to serve in order for them to be a client.
Those administrative things are important. That's what keeps everyone going.
Right. But then there's the gala.
There's the gala, and there's PAWS-a-Palooza.
There is.
And then there's visiting with patients and clients and bringing them food. Do you have people that you see regularly?
There are a couple people that I haven't been delivering recently, but while I was out on a delivery route, there was a couple of older people that I got to see more than once, and they remembered me. And I thought I was just doing, I was just the delivery guy. But it's more special than that, because they're just thrilled to see you.
Sure.
And I'm happy to be able to see that, and that's really rewarding for me, is to know that I've made a difference for somebody that easily.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. My grandmother, she lived to be 97, and most of that time she lived in her own home, and she had a small dog, and she had caregivers that would help her with the dog. But I can imagine, had she not had that PAWS LA type of service, would have been extremely helpful. And I would imagine that there are people across the country whose grandmothers and grandfathers and family members are benefiting from the service, and must be just really grateful to know that their families are being so taken care of, their pet and human families.
Exactly. There was one woman who went into the hospital, and she had 2 large birds. I don't know if they were cockatoos, or these were pretty formidable birds, and they had them in the office for a while until they found a foster for them.
Wow.
So they
go above and beyond.
They do.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for your service with PAWS LA. It sounds like you're really making a difference, and I'm glad that gets to add to your life and your satisfaction as well. But really, you're doing a great thing, so I commend you.
Thanks.
Thank you for being with us, and if you'd like to find out more about PAWS LA, if you want to become one of their clients, if you want to volunteer, then you can visit their website, pawsla.org. Thanks so much for being with us on Nonprofit Profiles.